Jan Michael Vincent, born July 15, 1944, is a retired American actor best known for his role as attack helicopter pilot Stringfellow Hawk on the television series Airwolf from 1984 to 1986, and as the protagonist of 1978's Big Wednesday. He was born in Denver, Colorado on July 15, 1944, lives currently in Vicksburg, Mississippi in the United States of America. Otherwise known as Michael Vincent or Mike Vincent, film and television actor, active from 1967 to 2002. He's been married 3 times, to Bonnie Poorman from 1974 to 1975, Joanne Robinson from 1986 to 1997, and currently to Patricia Ann. He has 1 child, daughter Amber Vincent. In the 1960s, Vincent was finishing a stint in the California Army National Guard when a talent scout was struck by his looks. His first acting job was in the movie The Bandits, aka Los Banditos, co-directed by and starring Robert Conrad in 1967. Vincent's career took off in the late 1960s when casting agent Dick Clayton signed him to Universal Studios. He made an appearance on the Dragnet 1968 episode The Grenade as a muscular high school student who suffered an acid attack by a mentally unstable classmate, played by Mickey Shoulder. He also appeared in the Danger Island segments of Hanna-Barbera's The Banana Splits series as Link from 1968 to 1969. Finally, in the fall of 1969, Vincent had a starring role in the primetime soap opera The Survivors alongside Lana Turner and George Hamilton. However, the series was canceled mid-season. Vincent also performed in several movies in that period, such as the 1969 20th Century Fox movie The Undefeated as Bubba Wilkes, starring John Wayne, Rock Hudson, and Mexican actor Antonio Aguilar. His name appeared as Michael Vincent in the credits of the movie. Vincent guest starred in 3 episodes of Lassie with actor Tony Dow and 2 episodes of Bonanza. In the 1970s, Vincent appeared in an episode of Marcus Welby, M.D. as Richie, a teen with an alcohol addiction. He co-starred with Charles Bronson in the 1972 crime film The Mechanic. In 1970, he garnered critical praise for his role in the made-for-TV film Tribes, also known as The Soldier Who Declared Peace in Europe and the UK, co-starring Darren McGavin about a tough Marine boot camp drill instructor dealing with a hippie drafty, Vincent, who would not follow the rules. Other notable films include the surfing film Big Wednesday with William Catt and Gary Busey, and a complex performance opposite Robert Mitchum in Going Home. In 1971, he appeared in the Gunsmoke episode The Legend. In 1972, Vincent starred in a made-for-TV love story Sandcastles, and in 1973, he starred in the Disney movie The World's Greatest Athlete with Tim Conway and John Amos. He also starred in the 1974 romance Buster and Billy as the anti-hero Buster Lane, where he startled audiences with his full frontal nudity. In Hooper with Burt Reynolds, Vincent played a young stuntman.
Fuck!
In 1975, Bite the Bullet, he played opposite Gene Hackman, James Coburn, and Candice Bergen. He also starred in the trucker movie White Line Fever. In 1976's Baby Blue Marine, a warm film directed by John D. Hancock, which also starred Glynis O'Connor. And in 1976's Shadow of the Hawk, co-starring Marilyn Hanson. Vincent also starred in Damnation Alley. He appeared in Damnation Alley based on Roger Zelazny's science fiction novel in 1977. In 1980, Vincent starred in the gang-themed drama Defiance, which received a limited release. In that film, he and Danny Aiello co-star as Manhattan residents who fight back against the gang members who terrorize their neighborhood. He also appeared in The Return, a science fiction film that was released directly to television and video. In 1981, he co-starred with Kim Basinger in Hard Country. Vincent starred in the 1983 action film Last Plane Out. After the completion of this role in 1983 television miniseries Winds of War, Vincent was cast as Stringfellow Hawk for the action espionage series Airwolf, in which he co-starred with Ernest Borgnine, and is the role for which he is best known and remembered, as well as for his rate of pay. It was noted at the time that Vincent's salary for his work on Airwolf was the highest paid, rumored to be $200,000 per episode, of any actor in American television. While filming Airwolf, Vincent admitted to drug and alcohol problems for which he acknowledged seeking help. After Airwolf ended, he found roles in smaller budget and lower exposure film projects. In the 1990s and 2000s, Vincent worked with Tracy Lords in the 1991 suspense film Raw Nerve. He also co-starred with Clint Howard in the 1996 black comedy horror film Ice Cream Man, which had very limited theatrical release but did eventually reach cult status via home video as an unintentional comedy. While in the hospital in 1996, Vincent was committed to a role in Red Line with Chad McQueen as Keller. He appeared in the film with a swollen face and scars and still wearing his hospital ID bracelet. In 1997, he had a small guest role on Nash Bridges, playing the title character's long-lost brother, and in 1998 he had a cameo in the independent film Buffalo 66. His most recent movie roles included the independent film White Boy, also titled Menace for the US video version, released in March of 2002.
Is that it?
Nope.
This might be better with post-commentary.
Vincent married Bonnie Poorman in 1969, and they had a daughter, Amber Vincent, in 1973. His second wife, Joanne Robinson, left him and had a restraining order entered against him in 1994, alleging that he had abused her since their marriage in 1985. Vincent had battled alcoholism and intravenous drug use for much of his life. In 1983, he was arrested for drunk driving but avoided jail by entering rehab. He was also arrested after 2 bar brawls in 1984 and 1985, and then received a felony assault charge in 1986, of which he was acquitted after his attorney argued that the woman tripped and fell on a telephone cord in his home. In 1995, a $374,000 default judgment was made against him after his former girlfriend alleged he had physically assaulted her after their breakup and caused her to miscarry their child. In the latter half of the 1990s, he was involved in 2 severe automobile collisions which he barely survived. In an accident in August 1996, Vincent broke 3 vertebrae in his neck. He also sustained a permanent injury to his vocal cords from an emergency medical procedure, leaving him with a permanently raspy voice. Vincent was charged with drunk driving again after his 1996 accident and once again sentenced to rehab and placed on probation. In an interview on the TV program The Insider on September 18, 2007, when asked about his 1996 car accident, he answered, "You know, I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember being in an accident." In 2000, Vincent violated probation for his prior alcohol-related arrests by appearing drunk in public 3 times and assaulting his fiancée. As a result, he was sentenced to 60 days in the Orange County Jail. Vincent was involved in another automobile accident in 2008. In October of 2014, interview with National Enquirer, Vincent reveals that his right leg was amputated just below the knee in 2012 after he contracted a leg infection as a result of complications from peripheral artery disease. He now walks with a prosthetic limb, though he is sometimes forced to use a wheelchair. He also revealed he had a tax debt in excess of $70,000. Jan Michael Vincent was parodied in the 8th episode of the 2nd season of the animated series Rick and Morty, which featured a fictional action film titled Jan Quadrant Vincent 16.